Okay, I'm going to go over what you're going to need to know here to create your next photography contact sheet. This one we're going to be making for our digital imaging class advertisement posters, which I'll show you a couple samples here right away. Oop, those are the pictures. These are, you can tell, technology-based kind of themes, people working on technology. That's what we're going to be taking pictures of. Here are some samples, and this is in your handout folder. So basically, you're creating a poster from images that you took that are going to try to entice someone to come in and take the digital imaging class next year. Okay, so this contact sheet, this photo shoot that you're doing now, is to take these images that you will use for your poster. Okay, so you need to have 6 images. So you'll have 6 original photographs for your contact sheet, and you have 6 required shots here. Unusual camera angle, dramatic lighting, extreme close-up of an object, portraits with a shallow depth of field, rule of third shot, use of informal balance or formal balance. If you don't remember what those are, a lot of them were on our Elements of Photography PowerPoint from week 2, I think that was, or use Google, find out what these are. Okay, and here's some additional tips for what to try with your shots. So your shots will be used for the advertisement poster. They should include technology-based themes such as computers, keyboards, cameras, a computer mouse, scanners, images of students at work, hands on a keyboard or a computer mouse, and close-up portraits. Okay, so just think digital imaging and design and technology and any kind of pictures that could show what we're doing in this class and enhance the look of this class to entice people to want to take it. Okay, so you're going to complete those photos. You'll obviously take more than 6, but you're going to pick your best 6 photos. Now I have here some 6 photos that I have taken, and they are not related to digital imaging, but I'm just going to show you the process of batch editing, which you're also required to do, and creating the contact sheet just with these 6 photos I have here. So I'm going to go ahead and open the first one up in Photoshop. So like you can see here, I've created one folder with all of the images and gave them each a distinctive name, like leaves, sunset. Okay, it relates to the picture there. So once I get this first photo open, I'm going to want to create an action. So I'm going to want to create an action to edit this so that I can edit all of the other ones quickly and edit them the same. And this is a really great thing to learn in Photoshop when you're editing a bunch of photos that may all be taken in a similar location at a similar time. So to create an action, I need to go under Window, Actions. Create New is like this little sticky note guy. And I am just going to call it Basic Photo Editing. Hit Record. Now it's going to record everything I do to this photo. So first I'm going to work with the levels. Now because all my photos are a little different, I'm just going to make the darks a little darker and the lights a little lighter. You can play around with that more if you want, just to kind of enhance that a little bit. You can work with the hue and saturation. Maybe you want to desaturate all your pictures a little bit, or add a little more saturation to all of them a little bit. Go ahead and do that. Then you can work with the color balance if you want them to be a little cooler, a little more blues, or a little warmer. Okay, so you can work with color balance. Then the other basic thing we want to make sure we do is create a copy of our background layer. Go under Filter, Sharpen, Unsharp Mask, and adjust this to what you see fitting, but remember the unsharp mask just really crispens up our edges and makes the picture look a little sharper. So got that done. Well, we're going to do an image size edit as well. Go under Image, Image Size. We're going to put the resolution right at 200, and then make your width 6 inches. Now, depending on the camera that you took the picture with, that might make the height 4 inches, it might be 5, but we'll just go ahead with 6 inches width, then hit OK. Alright, the last thing we want to do is save this. Save as a JPEG right over top of the original picture. So save, it'll tell you you're replacing it. OK. OK. Good. So now I want to go back to my action and hit stop. So that means I'm done with that action. That's everything I want it to do. And now I'm going to go under File, Automate, Batch. Okay, and the action here should pop up that you just created, Basic Photo Editing. If it didn't, double check, make sure you find where it is, but it should pop up. You want your source to be a folder, and you want to choose your folder. I've already found my folder here. It's underneath Contact Sheet Practice, Contact Sheet Photos. So I'm going to hit OK. That's the right one I want it to work on. I'm going to hit OK. And then you just sit back and watch as Photoshop pulls up all of your images and does all those basic steps we just did on that one photograph. So it's really a great way to edit a lot of photos quickly, even if it's just the size you want to change or, you know, just a couple things. It works really well, just for some basic editing. And remember, this is saving over top of all my photos too as I go. Okay, so got them all done. Now my leaves is open twice because I edited it once and then it was in there once, so that is not my leaves picture. Leaves, flowers, fountain, harvest, leaves. Don't know what happened there. I'm going to close out of that one. Okay, so I should have 6 photos open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. Looks good. Now, this is kind of a sample contact sheet. You can see kind of a basic photo and then an edited photo for each one. So kind of the basic and the edited. So one looks normal like we have already, and then one looks significantly altered or changed. That's what we're going to do next. First of all, of course, though, I'd like you to go through each photo and make sure you're happy with what the batch editing process did to it. If you could improve it anymore, go ahead and make those changes and save over it. That's still a great idea to do. But I'm going to show you a couple things that you can do now for the significant changes. Okay, so there's a lot of filters you can do. If you go into the filter gallery, you can have a lot of fun with this. You can do all kinds of artistic things here. Fresco, rough pastels, sponge, and these are all more editable, if that's a word. Over here, you can kind of change what they look like. Definition. Okay, so you can play around with this. I'm just going to go with that. Alright, so then once I've edited it and I like how I've changed it, I mean, maybe I want to work with the colors too. Let's make it really red. Okay. Then I'm going to save as like leaves 2. So this is the edited one. Save it as a JPEG right in the same folder. Okay. So I'm going to do something to each of these. This one I'm going to show you how to make it black and white. Just pull the saturation all the way down. Okay, I could do more to it, but we'll leave it at that. Flowers 2. Save it as JPEG. Okay. Alright, for the fountain, let's try another filter. Actually, let's see. We could blur. Let's do a Gaussian blur. Yeah, just make it a super blurry picture. Okay. And remember, I'm just going through and doing a few quick things here. You can spend a lot more time. You can add multiple effects to them. Have fun making these photos your own. This is kind of where you really get to play around with Photoshop and excuse me, do some unique things. I'm going to do a photo filter here. You can make a photo look like a sepia color by adding a warming filter. And to further that, you could take away the saturation. And so if you convert it to black and white and then add a warming photo filter, it kind of gives it a sepia look. But, you know, for fun, let's do an artistic filter over this too. Film grain, that's kind of interesting. It makes it look like a really old photo. I'm going to do that. Okay, that's kind of neat. Harvest 2. Oh, I accidentally saved it as a Photoshop document. My bad. I wanted to save it as a JPEG. Okay. There we go. So pay attention to that you do save them all as JPEGs, not as Photoshop documents. Okay, this is second to last one. Let's do something crazy with the color. Let's just like overly saturate it. That's kind of fun. Sculpture 2, save it as a JPEG. Alright. And the last one here. Let's do another filter. Glowing edges, that's kind of cool. That really changes it up. Sunset 2, JPEG, save. Alright, so I've got them all edited. Now I made a mistake and saved that one as a Photoshop. There it is. I'm going to delete that. I don't want that in there. Okay, but otherwise I have this folder ready that has all 12 of the pictures in it, the original and the edited. So now to create a contact sheet with those, I'm going to go under File, Automate, Contact Sheet 2. Now this time, instead of using the open documents, I'm going to go from a folder, and I'm going to need to find that folder. It's under Computer, Handout, Alright. Okay, so width 8.5, height 11, resolution 300. Now there's going to be 12 photos, so I'm going to do 3 columns and 4 rows. And that should be good. So I'm going to hit OK, and go ahead and let it make my contact sheet. So remember, this video can be found on Schoology. You're probably going to need to refer back to it as you're actually doing this, because I just went through a lot of steps, and that's going to be a lot for you to remember, especially right now at the beginning of your photo taking process. So come back and review this video as you need to. And as soon as we get my contact sheet to show up here, we will be done. And there it is. Okay, so I got my edited and my, well, they're both edited, but my very edited and my more regular pictures all right next to each other, and got them laid out in my contact sheet. So there you go. Have fun taking your photos and making your contact sheet for your digital imaging class advertisement poster.